Welcome back, Doom fans. Lazygamer here. So, like I said in the previous episode, today we are going to start with our map info, or rather the Z map info, because it sounds cooler. No, but seriously, the Z map info has more flexibility and works with the newer stuff that is added, so we will use that. We are not going to cover everything it can do today, or even in this series as it stands now, but we will add enough to get started and add more to it as it becomes necessary. It's a file we are going to get very familiar with. So let's just jump into it, shall we? Now, to get my information on the map info, I went here on the GZDoom wiki. This covers a whole slew of things that it can do. I have selected the stuff that is essentially what I needed, and I started made the things that we are going to cover today, because typing all that will take half the evening. So let's go into Slade and take a look at the things we're going to add. I have not added it yet, of course, but I have a text file here, things that we need. We're gonna copy it in after we create our Z map info file. And once again, we are going to just add an entry. We're going to name it Z map info. Hopefully we spell it right. We never know with me. And we are going to view as text, so we can add our stuff in here. I'm gonna go slow and add a bit at a time. So let's start with our custom skill levels. Let's start with this. Once again, it's very, though not necessary, it's good to label stuff. So I'll label this at the top. It will probably change. And here we start with the skill level here, and to enter our own skills, we will need to remove the ones already there. So the command clear skills will clear all the standard difficulty levels in our PK3, or the map that the PK3 is associated with anyway. Now I'm going to walk through this once completely, and then we're gonna look at the other skills I have added. Let's first copy in the very easy skill, the baby skill as it were. There are more things you can add in here, but I have added what I felt was necessary. This might miss things that I am not aware of that is necessary. If so, then I'm sorry. You can add less things, more things, what you need for your map. This is my demonstration. You can, if you want, you can read through the stuff on the wiki and figure out what you want. I have selected what I feel is necessary. If I find out that I need more or missed something, I will make an additional video future. So we need this. I think you need skill. I'm not sure if you absolutely have to call it baby or if you can call it something else. I would stick with that though. And you will need some I don't remember what they are called. They are not the normal it's hard to see here. Can I zoom? Yes, I can. These things. I will put an annotation on what they are called, or you probably know already. Anyway, we can name our skill whatever we want. This is the very easy, and I found an appropriate title for it. Maybe a very gamer is very not familiar with first-person shooters at all. Health factor is anything health related that you pick up. You will get 2.0. You will get double health yield from it. So on very easy, that is appropriate. Armor factor means that every type of armor you pick up in this case will yield double. So if you pick up an armor shard that usually gives 1, it will give 2. A green armor, I guess, will give you 200 instead of 100, and so on. I've tested it on my real map, but I haven't actually played this difficulty level. I should probably do that. It should work though. Ammo factor does the same except for ammo. Ammo you find drop ammo factor is how much ammo you get from enemies. So a zombie man, for instance, would drop double the bullets in this difficulty setting than in the higher difficulty settings. Damage factor, half damage to you, 1 is normal, higher, 2 is double, 0.0 should really be invulnerability, I guess. Spawn filter baby, that's just that's how the very easy difficulty skill filters enemies. So if you add an enemy at level 1, it would show up. Level 2, it wouldn't if you filter it out. So that's just how it filters things you place in the level. And items and armor and everything, really. Monster health is halved, so your every attack you do will take double damage, I believe. Key 1 simply places if you want to select this difficulty settings without the mouse or arrow keys on something, you can press 1 to select it. Yeah, that's really all you need, I think, for simple difficulty settings in the game. The game will cover everything else. Let's go through that one more time with our next two lowest difficulty settings, the easy. You'll see there's not so much in it as previous one. I named it Easy Way Out. I think that's better than this one. Health factor of 1.5, so you still don't take full damage by enemies, but more than in the baby setting. Same with armor factor and ammo factor. And drop ammo factor. Spawn filter is easy. Monster health. I just removed. Sorry. I was moving those around and I forgot to delete it, I guess. Sorry. I'm not faultless. And key 2. I believe this still works. Enemy, you can... Any damage you do against enemy will be slightly less. And if we add our normal difficulty setting, originally I didn't add these at all. I forgot something. Because I think if this is not here, the game will default to 1 anyway. But this thing felt so lonely. There wasn't anything here, so I added it in at 1 just to fill it out. Health factor, you will get normal health and armor. Ammo factor is normal, drop factor is normal. Everything is normal in this difficulty setting. Monster health is 1, that's also normal damage, as the normal suggests. It's quite straightforward, really. Key is 3. This one is default skill. This skill will be defaulted when you start a new game, like the Hurt Me Plenty, I believe, in the normal game. So this will only be here. And our final difficulty setting, because I don't want Nightmare. It's the very hard level. Skill hard. Come get some if you, I think some people might get that reference. I didn't put it at 2 though. I might be cowardly. I might add a very hard setting. Let's actually do that. Why not? There are I think I can add 8 or something. But anyway, come get some. Ammo factor is actually higher than normal because enemies are harder. Damage factor is 1.5. You will take more damage. Spawn filter is hard. Monster health is higher. You will also, I also added a must confirm. So this, you have to confirm that this is what you want. And the key is 4. Let's add a 5th difficulty setting off the cuff. What am I going to call it though? I'm going to think about it. This, however, is going to be 2.0. No, that's going to be 1. Normal ammo factor, no drop, just the one you pick up normally. Damage factor is going to be 2.0 though. Spawn filter is still hard. The next one is nightmare, so I'm not gonna go there. Monster health. Let's make monster sponges. Ammo sponges. Key should then be 5. This is hard. Are you sure? Should put something else in there. You might die. Are you sure? How about that, huh? And now we actually have all the skills we want. Now I'm going to add this. I'm going to do some changes though, because I'm going to try and make this vanilla as far as this goes. That is custom music. Or really, it's probably from Doom 1, but I'm using some custom music, so it won't sound... anyway. We're going to copy it in, and then we are going to go through it. We need to call it map and put in the map we are referring to. That's why we're using map 1, because we're using map 1 as an example. We can give it a name that will appear in the map when you look at it. We are going to go back to this later and add some more stuff, but we are going to go pretty simple for now. Game normally doesn't allow respawn. You have to load or start a new game. So I'm adding a little allow respawn, so you can respawn at the start of a level. Note though that it's allow with big A and a big R for respawn. That is very necessary, or it won't parse correctly. Grinding poly objects is simply that fallen enemies will get splattered with if they're caught in poly doors. Normally the game already has a splatting for normal doors, but the poly doors won't do that automatically. But if we add this as text in here, it will. Part 2 simply means standard time it takes to finish, or the one you are supposed to beat anyway. I believe that is seconds. I think that's minutes. So 2 minutes. I might alter that as the real map grows. I can end my map in 15 seconds right now, if I know what I'm doing. I'm adding skybox. However, I think we are done with this. Let's maximize. However, I think I chose another skybox, not the one I'm using, because I'm not going to give away too much of my map just yet. I am using skybox 1. I haven't actually used that one, but I'm going to change it to that anyway, or it won't appear. I'm not sure. I don't think it will crash or anything. It just won't show. I want to change the music. I don't remember exactly what I was going to have it prepared, wasn't I? And I wasn't. Hang on just 1 second. Here we are. I was going to have this open. I'm simply going to choose the first track from original Doom 2, which belongs in map 1, and it's called The Runnin'. I do believe it should work. So why am I even adding a map track in here? Why just not leave it out? Won't map just start with that track? No, it won't. When you start adding this, you are now taking over from the game standard stuff. As soon as you add this, you have to manipulate it manually. It's not difficult. I'll just add this and you will have music. Like I said, this is the, well, these two are the bare minimum. It's why you are using this in the first place. You don't need to add this, but then the game will just run normal, the normal things that are for map 1, the normal skybox associated with map 1 and so on, and this music, which is fine. I'll add it if I can't choose anything else. I do believe that that's it. Like I said, we are going to come back to this later. We will need to put stuff in here when we do some more custom stuff. But for now, remember to save. We're done with it. So let's run the map again and see if our custom stuff doesn't show up. It should. Otherwise I did something wrong, and I never do that, would I? Happy. Let's have a look at our level now. Excuse me, just an addendum. I couldn't let this be called hard as well, so I had to add a nightmare instead. So these are very much connected. However, I don't think we will get respawning enemies unless I add it, because this supersedes or actually removed the original nightmare. This is just a skill thing, but I think I have seen people add more skill levels than 5, but I think you might have to do some more stuff to do it, but I can't bother with this right now. In the future I might add that if I know more. This is perfectly fine for a standard map thing. In fact, if you're just making this as resource PK3, you don't even need this. So this should probably be necessary. But that's for you have to decide that for your own map. I'm just covering all the bases, okay? Okay, so let's go and test our map. We'll just start here. All right, so we have new game. We have our difficulty settings. We'll get our warning. Are you sure? Are you sure? I'm gonna stick with straightforward. But we have our what is an FPS and the easy way out as well. Our map, our new map, sky, is showing as it should, and that is pretty much what we wanted, wasn't it? And you also now know my secret. When I test my map, I put the map in here. It's not really a secret, is it? I did say so at the beginning, but I don't want it in here cluttering up our list when we are not officially have not officially put it in yet. I might need to do some more editing, and I don't want to do editing inside this file. So that is something we will add at the end if we want. Currently we are mostly just making this as a resource pack with additional things for that is related to our map. So I think we have covered what we needed with the C map info for now. Z map info, whatever. I can't on the top of my head remember what I was supposed to cover next, so I will leave that as a surprise for next time. In the meantime, this has been your host, the Lazygamer, logging off. Bye guys.